All right, if you are considering moving to the Austin, Texas area or Central Texas in general, and you're considering a David Weekley Rowin floor plan, guys, that's what I'm going to bring to you today in this video. I'm going to give you a walkthrough and a description of what this floor plan feels like. A lot of times you see this online and you see the floor plan, the drawing, and you can't really get a good feel for it inside. That's what I'm here for, guys. Chris Pesek, broker associate at Pesek Properties. This Rowin happens to be where I live in Dripping Springs, Texas, in the amazing community of Headwaters. And Headwaters is awesome for a lot of reasons, and I'll kind of talk about some of those as we're going through. But this floor plan of the Rowin can be found anywhere David Weekley is building this home. And coincidentally, the whole reason I do these videos is because if you're thinking about moving to Central Texas, even if it's Georgetown, Round Rock, somewhere away on the north side of Austin, San Marcos, New Braunfels, hey, I am your realtor. This is what I do for a living. I love this, and I want to help you move to Central Texas. Let's be honest. But let's get back to the house. Rowin is right under 2,200 square feet. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, has a great office, and I really dig this floor plan. Some of the major things that I love about it are the back porch, the front porch. This, by the way, is a B elevation here in Headwaters, and also the kitchen. The kitchen is awesome. Wait till you see that master bedroom and bathroom as well. Awesome size for a 2,200 square foot house. I'll stop talking about it. Let me get this sucker turned around. Let's go inside and show you this Rowin. All right, starting here on the outside, guys, I mentioned this is a B floor plan. Now, this Rowin is not going to look this way in all neighborhoods, okay? Headwaters is known for their cottage style houses, and you're going to see a lot of board and batten siding, which is what the siding is up here in this front gable, rock wainscoting or wainscoting, depending. I always called it wainscoting. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but anyway, it's what I say. And they look a little bit more like a craftsman style house, and you can see the couple of them that are here next door. They all have that feeling here in Headwaters. So that could change depending on the subdivision that you're looking in, but the floor plan is still going to be the same. But I'll give you a good look here at the front of the house as I'm standing here. Now, as we're walking in, I mentioned Headwaters. It's between Austin and Dripping Springs. One of the awesome things about Headwaters is all of their houses back to green belts, and you'll see that in the back of this one. It is a green belt lot. So as we're walking in, the first thing you're going to notice, it is an 8-foot door. This door is a little bit of an upgrade. It's an obscured glass, so it allows light in, but you can't really see in, so you still have your privacy. All right, like a lot of houses, you are starting out with a hallway here or a foyer, but this one is a little wider than most, and it feels nice when you're walking in. And here in this house, you've got LVP flooring. Looks like a really nice white oak as you walk in. And this house actually has this flooring throughout. It doesn't have any carpet in it. That is one of the options that you can get with David Weekley. It is a little bit of an upgrade because carpet is cheaper than this, but it's not a really expensive upgrade. Personally, for me, I love this flooring because it is waterproof, it's kid-proof, it's dog-proof. This stuff is made for commercial applications, and it just looks great in houses. So first thing we're going to find here on our left in this one is an office. Now, you can do a 4th bedroom up here, but this is the office version. Nice glass double doors. And notice as I'm standing here, all of the natural light in here. I don't have any of the lights on in the foyer. I do have them on in the other parts of the house, but in the foyer I left it off on purpose so you can see what a difference that front door makes. Now, they also offer front doors that don't have as big of windows or don't have windows at all. Guys, if you're building this, I would definitely put a window in that front door. It just makes it all the more bright when you walk in. It's awesome. Now, one of the other cool little things about this I mentioned is that it's wide, and you can see how this area right here kind of widens out. You can put a little landing pad, like I think they call them deacon's bench, area for, a coat rack, stuff like that. There's room in this foyer for that. So really nice in a feature there. In the office, it's a good size office. It's about 11 by 11. You have 2 really big windows in the front. Those are on the front porch. And the nice thing about this house actually faces west, and it is 4:30 in the afternoon in June, and this window still has shade over it. So that front porch, not only does it look cool, give you a place that you can sit outside, have some coffee, talk to the neighbors and stuff like that, but it provides extra energy value. I'm trying to think, I can't think of my words today for some reason. Energy efficiency, because you don't have the sun on these big windows, but you still get all the benefit of the light. So nice little added detail, that front porch. That's the reason houses used to be built with large porches, is because when they didn't have air conditioning, it kept the windows shaded. They could leave the windows open and get breezes through, and the sun wasn't shining directly into the house. So very cool detail. Cruising back into the foyer, another thing that I absolutely love about this plan is here to the left. Okay, this is your coat closet, but it's a single floor plan that also has a half bath. So if you've got kids or somebody else that lives in the house with you, you don't have to keep their bedroom or their bathroom clean when guests come over, because you've got a half bath here in the front of the house that guests can use. And also, if you're working in the office, you don't have to go all the way to the back of the house to the bathroom. It's right here around the corner. I love half baths in single floor houses. We need to make that normal. That's something that needs to become absolutely normal. Okay, you can see this is going to be an open floor plan, but before we jump into this area, let's take a hard right, and we're going to see this is where you would come in from the garage. Notice there's, again, a little landing pad area. Got some spots underneath for your shoes, a bench to sit down, put your shoes on, take them off. You've got a shelf above, area for hanging coats. Really nice for coming in from the garage. This is the utility room. Now they switch over to tile in the utility room, but it's still a hard surface because it's a wet room. And the utility rooms are really nicely outfitted here. Okay, washer and dryer on this side. This is an electric dryer. It doesn't have gas for it, or doesn't have gas for a dryer, but they put cabinets above it. Really nice little upgraded feature. You don't just have like that shelf up top. And then also, I'm going to come in here and look at the other side. They've got a folding table on the other side that's the same quartz countertops that they have in the rest of the house. So again, a really nice feature in this model is that area where you can use as a folding table, additional storage, whatever you need. Love that feature in here. As I'm standing here, I'm going to point out also, as we go through, all of the doors in here are 8-foot doors. It makes such a big difference. I've been looking at houses that are a little bit older the last couple of days with out-of-town clients in some areas outside of Austin and Dripping Springs, and every one of them comments when we go into a house with 8-foot doors versus 6-8 doors, the old style. 8-foot doors just make everything seem more open when you're coming through. All right, pop into the garage real quick. Nothing major in here in the garage, but what I will point out, a couple of things. In Dripping Springs, okay, you do have a water softener loop, and anywhere that you have hard water, I would definitely make sure that you have a water softener loop option to put that softener in. Also, they give you a whole house shutoff right there. If you've got a water leak in the house, you come out here, you close that valve, and it shuts off water to the entire house in one spot. So really nice. And then this one, you don't see many windows in garage doors anymore. And again, it makes such a big difference. There's not a single light on in here, but during the day, you don't need to have a light on because you've got windows. Again, it lends itself with that Craftsman style. It gives a little bit more of that old world feel, but there's a real purpose for it. Having windows in a garage makes it nice. You don't have to put those lights on when you're coming out here. All right, popping back in. Let's take a look at this massive living area. This is awesome. And it's starting out with the kitchen. Look how big this island is. Okay, that entire island is 8 feet from there to there and almost 5 feet from here to here. If you like to bake, if you have people that you need to put and feed at a table, let's say, heck, you can put 4 or 5 chairs here. Actually, maybe 6 around that side. If you've got 6 kids or you got people over for Thanksgiving, you can put them all at the island, no problem. Just start shoveling food across from them. You know how kids are, they'll vacuum it up as you go. So really nice, large island. So again, whether you need prep space, if you love to cook, or if you have people to feed and you just need to put them around an island, you've got the room there. Again, quartz countertops in here. This is where you are going to have your oven, microwave. Told you my words are escaping me. Got a really nice walk-in pantry here. 4 shelves up. You could always add more shelves up if you need to, and that is, again, another option you can get them to do if you would like. I really love the differentiation with the color of the cabinets. You've got this really dark lower cabinet, you've got white upper cabinets, so you get all the light bouncing around, but you also get that kind of grounded feeling with that dark lower cabinet. I personally love it. This house, they do have under cabinet lighting, so if you're considering that as an option, as a realtor, I would say do it, because, and especially with a light backsplash, because eventually you're probably going to sell your home. And if you do, you want to have as bright, naturally bright of a home as you can. And when you've got these light countertops, light backsplash with lights under the cabinets, everything just kind of glows. And it feels right. If it's dark, and you can see, you can contrast the difference here. There's not a light under where the vent hood's going to go yet because the vent hood's not in, but you can see what it looks like if you don't have that under cabinet lighting, and it changes the feel. This feels so much more open and airy and bright than this does. So again, as an option, I would definitely always add under cabinet lighting. Now, this is a drop-in cooktop. They do have gas out here in headwaters. And the cool thing is when you have that drop-in cooktop, look what happens to your under cooktop storage. You've got these giant drawers. I put these in my house when I built it, and for pots and pans, you can get all the way to the back of that drawer. Absolutely great feature to put in when you have a drop-in cooktop. There's nothing else I would rather have than those drawers underneath. Great option. I'll pull this back a little bit, give you a view from the kitchen. Also with this big island, there's a lot of storage in here as well. You've got additional cabinet space here. And a lot of times you can't see this on a floor plan, right? You've got additional drawer right here, baking utensils, whatever you need. You've got this little drawer here that's going to be next to the dishwasher, or this little cabinet. This is a great spot for cutting boards and cookie sheets and stuff like that. And then again, over here, don't see this a lot, but you have a built-in trash storage. Perfect location for it. So again, David Weekley doing really cool things with this big island in the Rowin. Here in this neighborhood, this changes from neighborhood to neighborhood, but this is what that big single basin solid surface Blanco sink looks like in there. And again, that white sink, really nice, keeps everything light and bright. And you know, this is an upgrade as well, these gold fixtures, but this is coming back into style right now. And this is what that gold looks like in here, you know, with the gold cabinet hardware. Really, really nice feel. Seeing this a lot in new houses right now. And then you're always going to have two light options above the island here. This, again, is a little bit of an upgrade. They've got these big lights that are hanging down, big pendant lights. In some of the floor plans, you'll see just can lights above, or in some subdivisions, it'll be can lights above. But this is what it would look like to have pendant lights in there as well. All right, obviously have a refrigerator over here. Again, one of the great things, David Weekley putting cabinets above the refrigerators. A lot of times you're going to see builders not put those cabinets above. It looks unfinished. It looks weird. Having that cabinet above the refrigerator is a really cool feature. And as we walk in, this giant area here is dual purpose, but there's a lot of room in here. You could put a huge sectional couch, TV either against that wall or in that corner. And then you still have plenty of room over under these windows for a really nice big farmhouse or farm style table. You could put a table for 12 people over there in the dining area without any issue. So if you need a huge dining room table for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something like that, the Rowin's got plenty of room for that. And it's way wide enough. You could put like a giant trestle table in here or something like that. It would fit perfectly. Now, before we go into the secondary bedrooms, I want to just point out again how much natural light is in here. And it's because of these three massive windows on the back. You've got a full light door. They call these windows on doors lights. It's a single full light door. And then you also have, again, these three windows on the side. So if you're looking for natural light, man, the Rowin has got it all over the place. I love this floor plan. It just feels good when you walk in. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm really big on the feel of it, right? When you walk into a house, either it feels right or it doesn't. It feels dark or it feels light. Okay, this one feels completely light, bright, open, and airy. This is the feeling that you want to have when you walk into a house. And then again, looking into the future for the resale. Most people now are staying in houses anywhere between 9 and 11 years. So you're going to end up selling this house at some point. So you want to be able to sell it to the next person. And what never goes out of style is light, bright, and open. Doesn't matter. I've been doing this for 12 years. Light, bright, and open has never gone out of style. Tuscan has gone out of style. I've seen contemporary come in and out. Farmhouse is kind of in and out sometimes. Light, bright, and open is always in style. Okay. We're heading back into the secondary bedroom area, and this is one of my favorite features as well. You've got an extra room in here. So you've got a bedroom on this side, bedroom on this side. The bathroom is right back here, but this is like a play area for kids. It could be a study area. It could be a second living area. Seating, you could have in like a reading nook for extra seating. Really anything that you needed this to be. But the reason I'm pointing it out and pointing out all those options is because in 2,200 square feet, you usually don't have a room like this. So you know that the square footage is very well accounted for and there's not a lot of wasted space because you're able to have these extra areas. Again, do you have kids or do you need an extra office? Because that can easily be an office. And then remember, you've got that office up there in the front as well. Or do you need that to be a fourth bedroom? And then maybe this is your office. You've got options in this floor plan because it's so well designed. Okay, popping into these rooms again, I'm going to remind you, 8-foot doors. These are 10-foot ceilings throughout as well. So you don't have those low, dingy ceilings hanging over the top of you. All right, you've got room for a queen size bed in there, probably not a king size in this one. And then again, coming over to this other secondary bedroom, same thing. You've got room for a queen size bed, probably not a king. But for kids, you could put a queen size bed and you could put a desk in there that would have enough room, or a chest of drawers or something like that, extra storage. They do have closets right here around the side. I just don't want to walk in with my shoes. But anyway, lots of room in those bedrooms. Okay, here is the secondary bathroom. And again, with tile on the floor here. But if you look at this cabinet and then you look at the kitchen cabinet, okay, they're the same. They're not in here trying to change up, shortchange you on some things, take the cheap way out. You still have the same finishes. They do switch to the black faucets in here. I personally like that because they really match the lights up above. And I'm a fan of these lights as well. They're not just that little cheap mirror bar up there. Okay, there's a shower over there. Same tile as the floor in there. So that bathroom will serve both of these bedrooms. Could be used as a guest bathroom. But again, remember, you've got that half bathroom up front. So either you have 2 guest bathrooms or you shut this and lock it when you've got friends over because whoever ends up using that bathroom is messy and you've got toiletries all over the sink and stuff. You don't have time to clean it. Shut it, lock it. Everybody can use that front bathroom. All right. Now, as we're taking this in, guys, I want to remind you, if you're still with me, you might want to follow this YouTube channel. I do a lot of these videos, home walkthroughs, not only on really large, huge, luxury, awesome homes, but also just floor plans like this that people are considering building. So, if there's a floor plan that you're thinking about and I haven't done a video on it yet, let me know in the comments and I'll go find that floor plan and do a video on it. You don't, especially if you're out of state or out of area and you can't find that floor plan locally, let me know. I'll shoot a video of it. I'll add it to my YouTube channel. It does me a lot of good. And it goes out of my way to help you. And at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I want to help people and also because you're going to hire me as your realtor and I'm going to end up getting paid at the end of it. That's, kind of a win-win, right? I like that idea. Okay. Master bedroom, principal bedroom, primary bedroom, whatever you want to call it. This is it. It is not as huge and massive as most master bedrooms. Okay. But you have plenty of room in here for a king size bed. You can still put like a chase lounge or a chair over there in that corner. You can still put a big chest of drawers here. There's enough room in this bedroom for all of that, and it will not feel cramped. So just because it doesn't look like this massive bedroom at another house that you saw doesn't mean you don't have room for everything. Here's a little bit of a secret or a trick. Not really a trick, it's a secret. When a house doesn't have furniture in it, all the rooms look really, really small. But when you start moving furniture in, you're like, wow, it's way bigger than I thought it was. That's why I'm telling you, king size bed, seating area over there, chest of drawers here. There's plenty of room in this bedroom. And again, just like everything else, huge windows looking out back, natural light out the wazoo. Okay, and I'm going to walk to this window. And again, I remember I said earlier about headwaters and backing up to Greenbelt. So look, there's the backyard, and we'll jump out into there in a little bit more or a little bit later. But from your bed, you wake up in the morning, you're never going to see a house back here. There's never going to be a neighbor in the back. Headwaters is amazing for that reason and for a couple of other reasons, and I'm going to start going into that after this huge bathroom. All right. So, Rowin primary bath, master bath, principal bath. Okay, you do have dual vanities. In this one, they chose to do, it's more of like the picture frame mirrors. Really, really like it. 2 sets of lights above. Again, same quality of the cabinets and everything else that you're seeing in the kitchen. They're not shortchanging you on that. You've got a large soaking tub. Guys, I've been seeing builders put in smaller soaking tubs now. This one is borderline big enough for 2 people if they're small people. Okay, but a single person can get lost in that tub. That is a huge bathtub. And then you've got a nice frameless shower here. Notice that the tile here is a little bit different. It's a 2x1, 2 foot by 1 foot pattern, and it goes from the same color in here as the other bathroom, but then they go to that little bit of a fake marble tile up around the tub and into the shower. Really, really nice contrast. Love it. Another thing that they do really well, David Weekley, is, again, obscured glass. How many times do you walk into a bathroom and you see clear glass here and you can see your neighbor's house or your neighbor's window, and you've got to figure out a way to put film on it or whatever? This one, they've already done it. Obscured glass. You don't have to worry about it. You get all the light. You don't have to worry about nosy neighbors. Pretty awesome. Okay, and as we're going through, I'm going to get down here and show you that this is what you want in a shower. And what I mean is, this is a mud set shower pan. You can see they've got the nice little hexagon pattern on the floors. A lot of people are liking that. Gives you good traction in the shower, but you're actually stepping down into here. There's a recess in the slab when it's poured that allows this to happen. When I'm saying that this is the kind of pan that you want, there's no acrylic to break. There's no fiberglass pan that's going to break. You'll walk into some and you're going to see this white pan sticking up about this high, and it's got a curb and it goes all the way around. That's an acrylic pan. With a lot of use over and over and over and over, eventually acrylic, it's kind of like a plastic. Eventually it's going to start getting creaky, and it could break through in, it might be 10 or 15 years, but again, you have plastic in there. This is concrete under this. And under that concrete, there's a rubber liner that drains into that drain. And behind this wall, there's fiberglass behind the wall that if you have a leak in there, it's going to drain over the top of the fiberglass into that liner and down the pan. So this shower is not going to leak, whereas that acrylic pan could at some point in the future leak and give you an issue, if it got out into your outer walls or your inner walls, and you've got rot and mold and things like that. So when I tell you mud set pan is what I would 100% recommend to everybody, that's the reason. That's why I love these mud set pans. Oh, that was very loud. Sorry. Okay, into the closet. Very large closet. You've got about 30 feet, and that's how I measure rod space, right? So you've got about 30 feet of rods in here. Oh, nope, sorry, that's on one side. You also have about 7 feet of dress rod on this side. So 37 total feet of rod space plus shelf space above it. So if you're wondering if the closet's big for you or too small, Go to the closet that you're living in now, measure how long your closet rods are and how long your shelving is, and that'll give you an idea of how much you have now, how much you might need in the future. But 37 feet is a pretty good sized closet, especially for a 2,200 square foot house. And then also on this other side, the cool thing about the Rowin is they have built-in shoe shelves. So 37 feet plus shoe shelves that go all the way up to the top. Holy cow, there's a ton of storage in this closet. This floor plan is really, really well thought out. Okay, as we are popping out, I'll mention, again, I mentioned some things about Headwaters. In addition to the green belts, Headwaters has one of the most incredible amenity areas that you can imagine. We're talking 2 swimming pools. One swimming pool is for everybody. The other one is no kids allowed. So there's an adults only pool. You have a great fitness area, workout area, gym. There's, I believe, 12 miles of hike and bike trails out here. So if you're an outdoor person, holy cow, it's incredible. There's going to be an in-neighborhood elementary school. They started construction on it. So you could literally, if you have young kids, you could literally walk your kids to school from this house. It's just up the road. It's probably about 3/4 mile away. And just the amenities here keep going on and on. There is they call it, is it called the Hub? I think it's called the Hub. It's basically a coffee shop and internet cafe at the front up by the amenity center. And you can go up there, you can have meetings in there, you can just go work. They've got Wi-Fi up there. Really, really cool place to hang out or have meetings if you've got clients and you just want to meet them at a coffee shop. In addition to that, they have a big outdoor pavilion area with grills and a fireplace and things like that that you can rent out. So many amenities out here. There's a full-time amenity coordinator that's always planning events. They've got events for every age, from little kids through adults. There are events out here all the time. This is one of the best master plan communities in Dripping Springs, and I would put it up against pretty much any master plan community in the Austin area with all the things that there are to do. Now, everybody always says, well, what's the HOA? The HOA seems a little bit high. It's $125 a month out here. But in Headwaters, that pays for high-speed internet and basic cable. So how much do you pay for your internet? And now all of a sudden that's included in your $125 a month. So your HOA fees are really not much. They're less than just about every neighborhood that I know of out here. And those other neighborhoods don't even have all the amenities that Headwaters has. So if you're considering Dripping Springs, Headwaters, you need to look in here. It's really worth it. Now, the last awesome feature about the Rowin is this huge back porch. Guys, we're talking about 12 by 18. This is a big, big back porch. Got a ceiling fan out here. There is an option that you can bring natural gas, so you can hook your grill up out here. TV plug on the wall. Perfect, perfect outdoor porch. And this lot, great oak trees. And again, you don't have those neighbors behind you. Will you have a neighbor right there? Yes, you will. There's going to be a neighbor there. But how many other neighborhoods can you look in the back and go, wow, there's going to be no neighbors back there. There's not going to be any neighbors over there. There's not going to be any neighbors over there. Absolutely incredible the way that they designed this neighborhood. Absolutely love it for that reason. And I'll just give you a real quick walk around of the rest of the lot here. And they give you the wrought iron fencing in the back, which again, if you're backing up to Greenbelt, you don't want to see a privacy fence. You want to see the Greenbelt. Perfect. You can still have your dogs, but you can also see the deer and the coyotes and the fox and the rabbits and everything else that we have out here in Dripping Springs. And yes, we have all of those things. All right, taking a look at the back of the house. What isn't stone is hardy panel or hardy plank or hardy board. Fiber cement board is what it is. So the paint lasts a lot longer on it. It does not rot. Very, very nice. Wood rot is kind of a tough thing. And then another thing, if this is Headwaters, not necessarily David Weekley everywhere, but notice how the slab is painted to match the siding. That's a thing with Headwaters. You can't have just raw concrete underneath. It has to be painted to match or some other corresponding color to the house. So a really nice feature, just from an aesthetic standpoint as you're going through the neighborhood. And I know you can hear the birds. It's awesome. Now, last thing I want to talk about as I'm heading back inside is another coming amenity. There's a local landowner that gave, I think it's almost 400 acres on Barton Creek, which starts out here in the hill country. You may know Barton Creek like in Austin, but Barton Creek starts out here in the hill country, and it's down over here in this valley. Well, this local landowner gave that as parkland, and the city of Dripping Springs and Hayes County are going to develop it as a park on the creek down there. Well, it's going to be walkable via all these trails that go throughout headwaters. You're going to be able to have direct access to the park down on Barton Creek. So you're going to have creek access, water access to go hang out, play down there. So not only do you have the 2 swimming pools and the amenity center and the hub and all the other things up here, you're also going to have live water as a direct access park. Absolutely awesome feature that's coming in the not too distant future, actually. All right, there you go. That is the Rowin plan from David Weekley Homes, as built in Headwaters in Dripping Springs, Texas, USA. Remember, guys, if you are looking and considering whether it's a David Weekley home or any other new home or a resale home in the Austin area, give me a call. I absolutely love making people's moves to Central Texas as smooth as humanly possible. We'll talk to you on the next video.